Welcome to Ageesteem Live. This is the address where you will get the answers to those questions you've wanted to ask about aging, but have been afraid to ask. Hi, I'm Bonnie Facio, founder and master catalyst of Ageesteem.
And I'm Jen Palmer, naturopathic doctor and Bonnie's partner in crime.
Right, and we have many crimes. Jen, as you walked in the door today, I made the comment that I hear very often from friends of mine and clients, and that is, I don't sleep so well. I didn't sleep well last night because, as you know, I'm still here in Florida and my husband left.
Yes.
And we are celebrating our 50th anniversary this year, so
that's
50,
awesome.
50 years of sleeping with the same man, it's normal to not sleep so well the first couple nights.
Yeah, you do get used to that.
We're not together. But it made me think that this is a topic of interest, and it's a topic where I know you will have quite a bit to say.
Yes.
Because we don't need to necessarily have insomnia. And I'm sure many of you out there experience this too. Maybe not every night, but there are those nights when you toss and turn and you think, I should be able to sleep.
Right.
So
because you feel tired.
Exactly.
And then you wonder, why am I not sleeping? I'm exhausted.
Exactly.
And it's a terrible feeling.
No, it is indeed.
And there's a lot of reasons that can happen. I mean, one is just what you're going through is you're used to a certain sleeping condition.
Right.
And it changed. And so now you have to adjust to sleeping alone. And you probably will in a few days, right?
I imagine tonight will already be better.
Just by sheer exhaustion.
Exactly. But tell me, surely as a naturopathic doctor, you have suggestions as to even what we need in our diet in order to sleep well, or perhaps what we're not doing correctly. For instance, I know if I have too much sugar, it knocks me out, but I don't really sleep well.
Right. And also alcohol. And some people say they want to drink to relax and go to sleep, but it really doesn't help you sleep any better. In fact, sometimes, well, for me personally, I sleep worse. If I have a drink, it wakes me up in the middle of the night for some reason. And then caffeine is an obvious one. Some people are more sensitive to caffeine than others. And if you don't drink it a lot, then you're probably going to be more sensitive to it. And in that case, you really shouldn't have caffeine after noon or so in order to not disrupt your sleep.
I noticed that even with tea. If I have regular tea
with caffeine in it,
then it's the same as having a cup of coffee.
Yes.
And that occasional Coca-Cola or even chocolate.
Yep, chocolate actually is one of those, you don't even think about it if you're having dessert and you have a nice chocolate dessert. There is caffeine in there, and if you're sensitive, it can keep you awake. You have to be careful. Some other things, I think just having a good, healthy diet in general is going to help you sleep better. And also, as we get older, we lose production of melatonin, which is a critical part of your circadian rhythm, and it's what helps you relax and go to sleep at night.
She's just used two terms I don't understand. Maybe you did, but I'm going to ask for clarification.
Well, your circadian rhythm is just your sleeping and waking cycle and what you're normally used to. And when we get older, our brain is what produces melatonin, which is a hormone that causes us to go to sleep. And that production of hormone is lessened as we get older because our brain shrinks a little bit. And so if we don't produce, you're feeling it happening. And if we don't produce enough melatonin, then we're not going to be triggered to go to sleep very well. But there is an easy remedy because you can take that in pill form now. And so, it's something that you can take as you get older because you're not producing as much melatonin. It's also something you can take for jet lag when your rhythms are off and your sleep cycle's off. If you want to reset it, you can take the melatonin about an hour before you want to get to sleep to get you back onto that normal pattern. and do that for a couple of days, and it'll reduce your jet lag as well.
It sounds like we're addicted before we begin.
But melatonin actually has been studied for having some anti-cancer properties as well. So it's not really something that's bad for you. It doesn't necessarily work for everyone, but it can be very helpful if your problem has to do with melatonin production.
Great. Tell me something else when we're talking about sleep. As a child, when I couldn't sleep, or we were coming home from a trip to grandmother's and it was very cold in the car because we didn't have heating in the back seat then. But when we got home, my mother would serve us hot chocolate with a marshmallow. And you know, on those rare occasions when I'm not sleeping, I will get up and I will make myself hot chocolate.
Interesting.
And it does help.
Caffeine and sugar. Somehow that helps you sleep.
Well, I don't think of it as caffeine and sugar, but you're absolutely right. But my question is, what is in that? Because I'm not the only person who has talked about doing this or was brought up with this. There must be something in the milk and chocolate that does have an effect.
Oh, the milk part, maybe, yes, because a lot of people drink warm milk to go to sleep. But I actually don't know what the ingredient is in there. Maybe it's just a soothing, calming, relaxing feeling. And maybe the tradition of doing that to help you go to sleep is almost a placebo trigger.
Right, I'm Pavlov's dog.
We all are.
What about the effect of exercise? Is it good to exercise before we go to bed at night? Is it good to exercise just after we've had a meal so that we've digested well? Because I've heard that if you can take a nice brisk walk 45 minutes after eating, that it has a good influence on your digestion and also will help you sleep.
You know, it's different for everyone. Some people are too stimulated by exercise. I'm one of those people, so I can't really do it in the evening or I won't sleep well. But some people, it helps them sleep. But to me, when it comes to exercise, my motto is just do it. Whatever works for you. Don't feel like you have to follow any rules, because as long as you're exercising, especially every day if you can, you're doing a good thing for your body. And you'll figure out what works for you. But I do feel like if you're really sedentary, that you don't sleep as well on a regular basis because you're not getting out enough of your energy and you're not depleting it enough to really sleep soundly. Well, there's another thing. Video games, television, electronics,
right.
Things you want to avoid because they're going to interrupt your sleep. So better to go for a walk or go to the gym than to sit and watch television before bed.
Right. And I'm sure this is something that many of you do, just as I do. That time before you go to bed at night is often the time when I'll be playing some of those games to stimulate my mind, like Luminosity or the games even on ARP. And I recognize that if I play any of those games before bed, I do not sleep.
Right, because they're kind of getting your brain even more active and more thinking and stimulated. And yeah, I think it would be harder to settle down. You really should try to do relaxing, calming things before bed, especially if you have a hard time sleeping. And something like meditation or deep breathing or reading a book too, I think can be sedative at times. It can, especially just avoiding the electronics part of it.
The other recommendation that I would have is keeping that gratitude journal, because there's something about writing down before you go to bed at night just what you loved about your day, what you feel grateful for. And what's interesting is trying to never put the same thing twice so that you keep building and building and building.
I love that. It's a great idea.
It also works.
I'll try it.
Great. Well, we hope you'll be back with us for further tips, not just on how to go to sleep, but how to just enjoy the age you are with Ageesteem. And I'd like to offer a special gift to those of you listening today, which is to go on Ageesteem.com And you will find that there is a book there on 7 tips to live your life to the fullest today and every day. So please go to Ageesteem and download your gift. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Thanks for being with us.
Bye. Lots of love.